बड़ा खूबसूरत सवाल किया आपने महेश भाई। म्यूजिक एक ऐसी चीज है कि जिसके वास्ते आपकी जिंदगी को गुजारने के लिए सिर्फ एक म्यूजिक ही नहीं है, बल्कि कोई भी चीज, आप इसे लेबर समझ लें या पैशन समझ लें। अगर आपने बहुत रियाजत और बहुत वक्त लेबर सोच के गुजारा तो उसमें रस, जस, रंग, रूप, रीत, रिवाज ऐसी कोई चीज नहीं आएगी। और अगर आपने एक मामूली से तिल को पैशन बना लिया अगर, तो उसमें ये सारे रंग, रस, रूप, रीत, रस्म रिवाज सब कुछ आ जाता है। तो मेरी जिंदगी में मुझको संगीत, सितार, म्यूजिक ये एक पैशन रहा, बल्कि उंगलियां कट रही हैं, रात रात भर रियाज कर रहे हैं, जमीन पे बैठे हुए। उसके बाद महीनों गुजर जाते हैं तो कभी कभी ये भी ख्याल आता है ये हम क्या कर रहे हैं, इससे हमें क्या मिलेगा। तो बड़ी खूबसूरत बात एक दिन दिमाग में आई कि यार छोड़ो, हमको ये नहीं मालूम हमें क्या मिलेगा, हमको ये मालूम होना चाहिए कि हमें क्या देना है।
वाह,
क्या बात। तो वही चीज मुझे आज तक, आप चाहे प्योरिस्ट कह दें या इम्प्योरिस्ट कह दें, जो कुछ भी कह दें, मैंने अपनी जिंदगी में इस चीज के पीछे लगा रहा। और ये सोच सोच के, एक तो जो आपका हुक्म था, सवाल था, तो ये पैशन है, लेबर नहीं है। दूसरे, हमको ये नहीं मालूम हमें क्या मिलेगा, हमको ये जरूर मालूम है हमें क्या देना है।
वाह।
अच्छा, ये
Namaskar. Hearty welcome to all our viewers today. Today is 13th March 2026. It has been 22 years. And today is the memorial day of the great legend of sitar music, not only Indian classical music, but music, I should say. Aftab Sitar Ustad Vilayat Khan Sahab. And like every year, as it has been part of our ritual to remember him, and we both are here again. I am extremely grateful to Hidayat Bhaiya, Ustad Hidayat Hussain Khaji, who is here with us to remember not only the great sitar legend, but also his father, Ustad Vilayat Khan. Bhaiya, welcome you.
Thank you, Rambhai. It's again such a privilege and pleasure to share these moments together. We made such memories, Rambhai, doing this, and had such moments remembering. For those of you who knew my father on a personal level, knew him, but for those of you who didn't, um, he was such an magnetic and an interesting person outside of his music also, that even after 22 years, the vacuum of his not being in present with us is felt every day. I mean, whether it's going out for a drive or enjoying a meal or cracking a joke, or just being with family and friends and at home. Uh, he was such a wonderful human being, uh, really. And every time we get around to these conversations, we sort of try and pick up topics about his music and or his life or his teachings. And honestly, through these conversations, we teach and we learn from each other, and from all the comments that come of people that have had even longer history and even more experiences with Abba. So it's such a nice reunion almost, and it's such a nice celebration. So Rambhai, thank you so much for really dedicating yourself, and because yes, I am a part of this every year, and but it's all Rambhai's work and dedication that makes this happen, and his blessings, Abba's blessings are always with you, and Amma's blessings are with you, Rambhai. And it's so nice to like really make this into our tradition.
It's indeed a blessing, Vidat Bhaiya. Basically, I remember the last time when I met Abba, maybe it was February, mid-February or early February 2004. For some reason, the last sentence which I remember, he told, "You stay with Hidayat."
Mhm.
He took,
Mhm.
for some reason he mentioned, because in Calcutta he had some plan to do something, and you were coordinating those things. And me being a localite from Calcutta, he told that, and that word still resonates in my ear. And probably for that and his blessings, we are being able to continue so far these
Ji.
episodes since COVID time. Since 2020 we started this, and till now we have not missed any of his birthday or memorial day so far. And I hope we will be able to continue with his blessings. um, Now, his music, his life, his dedication, his work, there are so many aspects, as you said. So every time we choose one aspect and we spend hours and hours, and we have to restrict ourselves literally to stop at somewhere. Right? So it is so vast. um, Now this tradition, as it is oral tradition, and it is called Gurumukhi Vidya, the Indian classical music, Bharatiya Shastriya Sangeet. And now the relevance of Guru Shishya Parampara is, taking a new dimension over the period of time, because every evolving thing changes over time. And Abba's life has been an example to that. How he has taken forward this ancient art form, and we made it contemporary, revolutionary, and relevant for the probably thousands and thousands of years to come. Now, this old tradition of Guru Shishya Parampara, what it used to be, and what it has happened in maybe last couple of centuries, and how it is today, with all the online platforms and people staying across the globe, and every instantly we are being able to connect to the different part of the world without any kind of glitches or any kind of hesitation. So information, how we are transferring the data to information, and information, how it is getting transferred to knowledge, and how it is getting the transformation to insight. So data to information, information to knowledge, and knowledge to insight. Indian classical music, it's be it its playing technique, any particular instrument, or the musical content itself, those are also being transferred from Guru Shishya over a over distance, right, over internet nowadays. So one good thing that I want to say is Abba has seen that transition. he has seen the ancient form of the parampara and how he has taken that forward in his lifetime, in his different phases of life. And this transformation, digital transformation, started happening when he was there.
Mhm.
So what his thought was, how he used to think about this Guru Shishya Parampara and its evolution.
Mm.
If you just throw some light, because you have seen him from very close, and you have observed and studied
It's a
from.
very deep question, Rambhai, and it's very wide also because there are so Abba ka jo mizaj tha, he was a very progressive person. He always evolved. He was always looking for the next phase, the next idea, the next creative direction.
Right.
But what he believed is in discipline. So he says that if you can, like, yes, you can take two different colors and make a third color. That I think by now all of us know that, right? So when he fused music, it wasn't taking a Western instrument, an Indian instrument, and doing a jugalbandi, right? It was about taking Western concepts of harmony, of chord progressions, and certain of many other things, and layering of music and ideas, and that's how he sort of fused music. So the identity of his music was very traditional, but the subliminal layering of it was very, very fused and influenced by musicians and technology, and I say technology because again, if he didn't adopt and understand technology and sound, Gaikiyang would have not been possible. I mean, with sitar as an instrument, its projection limits, especially if you play Gaikiyang, it limits itself to maybe 10, 15 people at the maximum. You know, that kind of a 10, 15 feet, 20 feet room and you're done. It doesn't project itself further than that. So he learned how, okay, technology is here, microphone is here, sound amplification is here, equalization is here. So now I can use my instrument and my music to communicate with that. So people that believe that he was an orthodox person are completely wrong. He was an extremely revolutionary, creative person who was looking for the next idea always throughout his life. But the way he incorporated and how he implemented was very different than it wasn't basic, is what I'm trying to say. And that perspective also was in the Guru Shishya Parampara setup of the environment that we grew up in. I think this personally, I think that the reason why we are having a lot of conflict with gharanas, right, or Guru Shishya Paramparas, or a lot of these old traditional things, because today the concept of gharana has completely changed because of access to different musics of different all great maestros. All of us have imbibed. I am the son of Ustad Vilayat Khan Sahab. I've learned from him every day of my life. But I am a student of Amir Khan Sahab also. I'm a student of Ali Akbar Khan Sahab also. I'm a student of Wahid Khan Sahab. You know, all these great maestros have, because we have access to their music. And not only we, Abba used to expose us to all of their music and make us understand what he used to try and make us understand, little concept of what was going on there. So the concept of gharana in that this way is sort of non-existent. There is not a single sitar player today that is not influenced by Abba, like heavily influenced by Abba, right?
Not only sitar, I think instrumentalist. I mean,
Fair
any
enough,
instrument. Yeah.
absolutely. So the concept of Guru Shishya Parampara, what it was and what it is today, is completely different. If this thought that people have that the guru had some kind of a secret sauce or secret formula that he would teach your student, agar aap unka ganda shagird ban jao, ya if you're their children, I mean, if that would have been true, then the lineages would have never died. The key of a Guru Shishya Parampara is the subliminal teaching. The key advantage that I had over thousands of people in this world who were doing music was not the lessons I got from Abba, was the interaction that he had and the subliminal lessons that he was teaching other people, or what he was appreciating and what he was talking about. And the shagird, jisko ganda shagird banaya jata tha, it wasn't necessarily only because of their musical abilities. नहीं तो हर एक गंडा बंद शागिर्द उस्ताद बन जाए. It was because of a personal connection. It was an adoption into the family, like a family member. And there are stories of this, of Abba and जोशी बड़े अब्बा, जो जिस तरीके से उन लोगों का इंटरेक्शन होता था, या अब्बा और इमरत चचा का इंटरेक्शन मैंने थोड़ा बहुत जो देखा है आपस में, राइट? भाई थे, दे ग्रू अप टुगेदर, बदमाशी कर रहे थे, खेल रहे थे, यू नो, लाइक ऑल ऑफ अस हैव, राइट? बट जब म्यूजिक की बात आती थी, तो वो रिलेशनशिप एकदम से कैसे चेंज होता था, और वो एक ट्रेडिशन, वो एक रिस्पेक्ट, और वो कैसे आता था, और वही चीज अब्बा और जोशी बड़े अब्बा में देखा है मैंने.
Just for other people who don't know, Bhaiya is talking about Pandit Dhrubhatara Joshi, Pandit D.T. Joshi, as he's very famous. So
so he was the adopted older son. He was Abba's elder brother, and Abba was his Khalifa. And so they had this such a beautiful relationship, right? So the problem is that आज क्या है कि student के साथ क्या है कि आप student आ रहा है, आप उसको 4 ताने दे रहे हैं, 2 राग सिखा रहे हैं, he's giving you X amount of money or whatever it is, or not giving you money, whatever. But it's very transactional. So the concept has changed. Now the gurus have become brands. And so we associate with them because of the branding, because it's like a Chanel or a Aramis, or a Ferrari or Rolls Royce or something. You feel good about yourself by association of that branding, which is completely contradictory to the traditional value. But that's okay. Times have changed. So the values that we grew up with, Rambhai, is exactly like, look at us. You have not ever learned from Abba in that sense, in that guru teacher sense, but definitely he's your guru. He's my guru. We both listen to the same music right now. Just before we got online, you were explaining to me a phrase in Tilak Kamod of Abba, how beautifully he did it, and how beautifully you explained to me that, and it was so different from how I saw it. And this is what is beautiful about, I think, about our Gharana, and I think this makes us very uniquely special, that especially under Abba's guidance, we all are allowed to be who we are. We are all individuals. But at the same time, there is a distinct personality, there's a distinct nature, there's a distinct movement that the moment you listen to our music, you know exactly where we come from.
The root is
the root needs to be strong, and that's, I mean, I that's how we grew up, and that's, I mean, this doesn't go to us. Credit goes to our gurus, and Pandit Kashinath Mukherjee, the way he taught you, Arvind Chacha, all of these people have really like been able to keep this tradition and this feeling of individuality, yet a sense of belonging and community. I mean, from in non-musical words, I'm trying to explain the spirit of the Guru Shishya Parampara as we see it.
Right. Even without being in his presence, how the generations of sitar players, even today, even probably the generations to come, they are adopting the nuances, the values, the way of doing, and the thought process which Abba had thought maybe since early 30s, mid 30s, until today, how we all are trying to adopt that, and we're trying to stick to that principle. It's not only the way of presentation, the sound, the how to present, the flow of the rag, the compositions, uh, and how the concert format should be, appearance, everything, like all the aspects, the way he presented himself, or he has shown the way, even without being in his presence, how people are still adopting. I remember once you said in offline discussion that he once mentioned, even without establishing any college or school or any kind of music institution, the number of students that I have produced, that is phenomenal. So that is a very profound one.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and unfortunately, this music doesn't translate. Again, the traditional, the core music, if you really stick to that, it doesn't translate well into a school or an academic situation. It has to be done in this whole gurukul, because एक पुरानी कहानी है about this big ustad who's a calligrapher. So student goes to him to learn calligraphy, and the ustad looks at him and he says, "Beta, ek kaam karo, write your name on this piece of paper." He writes his name on this piece of paper, and he takes the piece of paper and he puts it in his wherever, and the students doing, running around doing some stuff for the ustad, sometimes pressing his feet, sometimes getting him a glass of water, sometimes watching TV with him, whatever it is, just regular. So after a few months, after a few years pass by, the student, like his family, his friends, his people ask him, "What did you learn?" And every day he would say like nothing. And he would hear other people going and saying, "Oh, I learned how to write 10 paragraphs, and I learned how to write 15 rags," and so forth and so on. So at some point he gets frustrated and he goes to his dad and he said, "I think I'm done. I want to leave." So he goes, "Okay." So he says, "Do me a favor, before you go, just write your name on this piece of paper." And he writes his name and he says, takes the piece of paper, doesn't even look at it, folds it again, puts it in an envelope along with his first paper. And he gives it to him and he says, go home, chill out for a few days, relax, and someday when you have time, open this and see. He's okay. Goes back, gets into busy life, family, work, whatever it was. A few years go by, and then he's again cleaning up and he finds this envelope and he opens this envelope. He remembers what his ustad had said, and basically he finds these two pieces of paper with his name written on it. The difference of the way he wrote the name the first time and the way he wrote the name the last time when he left was night and day. So
But
what people don't realize that this is not transactional. If what Abba, even as an ustad, is a guru every day of my life, what he used to teach and students at my era. Again, Abba, I have to tell you this many, many times. He was a person who was constantly evolving. So what he was in age of 20, he wasn't at 25. What he was at 25, he wasn't at 35 or 45. He kept on evolving. So there are loads of other people who may have contradictory experiences. But my experience is what I'm sharing with you. The time when I was growing up and all his students were around and everything, Abba never came to us and told us that ये idea है बस इसके ऊपर पागलों के जैसे रियाज करते रहो. बल्कि कभी कभी कुछ स्टूडेंट्स एक पलटे को लोग के 3-3 घंटे लेके बैठे हुए होते थे तो अब्बा बोलते थे, क्या बेटा क्या कर रहा है, कुछ सोचो. पलटा सम आ गया, बच गया, अब उसको उसके उस पलटे की मीनिंग समझो. He said, music cannot be played just for music. There has to be some thought behind it, some need behind it. आप जो अभी फ्रेज के बारे में बात कर रहे थे, वो उस फ्रेज में मुझे रियली लगता है कि अब्बा का गाना बजाना, हर एक फ्रेज वाज लाइक रूमी का, कबीर का दोहा. एक एक फ्रेज, एक एक लाइन ऑफ म्यूजिक, 4 नोट्स, 2 नोट्स ऑफ म्यूजिक में कहानी लिखी गई है. इसलिए उसका असर आज भी, लाइक, कबीर के 2 लाइन में जिंदगी का निचोड़ है, वही है ये। They're just communicating through sound. Somebody else communicated through words, but this is all they're all just sublime energy. They have just that they're all exuding that.
Indeed, yeah. Can we listen some music?
I think this is the right time to.
Yeah. We will listen to Is Allah Available with Pandit Kishan Maharaj ji.
Subhanallah. Wow.
Okay.
Mhm. क्या बात है?
Every
अब्बा
time I
हाँ
बोलिए
हाँ,
बोलिए
नहीं 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 प्लीज।
every time I used to wait for this antara कि after this particular solo piece इतना beautiful और उसके बाद जो अंतरा वो immediately उठाते हैं और अंतरा को जैसे लेकर के फिर वो आपको गत के साथ मर्ज करते हैं और ये पूरा
हाँ
एक पीस लगता है ऐसे लगा कि नहीं लगा कि कोई दो लोग बजा रहे हैं और ऐसे मल्टीपल थिंग्स बज रहे हैं एक पीस में जैसे लग रहा है आहा, जी आप
एकदम।
बताइए
नहीं तो अब्बा की अगर आप सुनेंगे इसलिए और विलंबित की कॉम्पोजिशंस जो होती हैं, उनका एक उनकी जो एक सोच होती थी इसके पीछे,
जी
ही यूज्ड टू ऑलवेज से दिस, ही सेड देखो ऐसा होना चाहिए जैसे कोई दरबार में, अकबर के दरबार में हाथी पे बैठा हुआ आ रहा है। तो ग्रैंडियोरिटी और उसका जो रिदम भी जो होता है ना, जो आधी गत वो सम पे चलती है, आधी गत ऑफ बीट पे चलती है, लेकिन इट्स नॉट जंपी,
हम्म,
it's not like a rabbit, it's not like a heron. there's
हम्म,
a there's a very deliberate, very मतलब elaborated movement. So each and every landing is not, it's बहुत
हम्म,
graceful है, there's a lot of
ग्रेविटी ग्रेविटी है इसमें
हाँ एकदम। सो और उनकी बहुत ये सारी ये कॉम्पोजिशन में वो बात नजर आती है, सांस रावी की कॉम्पोजिशन में, जो उनकी विलंबित की कॉम्पोजिशन है उनकी, जहां से उठती है वो बात, कि उसका एक आमद किस तरीके से बनती है, बहुत खूबसूरत है, वाह।
जी, जी। तो ये पर्टिकुलरली मध्यलय की उनके कुछ कंपोजिशन जैसे ये एज फार एज आई नो द ओरिजिनल कंपोजिशन इज फ्रॉम उस्ताद इनायत खान साहब तो
जी
डा 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 रा डा 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 रा डा डा रा डा रा डा डा रा डा जो जलसा घर में शायद वहीद खान साहब बजाए हैं इधर
जी,
वहीद खान साहब नहीं तो इमरत खान साहब आई डोंट नो क्योंकि सुरबार में ये है उन्होंने यूज किया
सुरभा
ना
में ये है, हाँ।
जलसा घर में यही
बट
कंपोजिशन यही
इसका
टाइम है
मिजाज, हाँ इसका मिजाज कितना अलग है उससे।
हाँ तो वो कंपोजिशन में इनायत खान साहब की जो पर्सनालिटी है वो दिखता है जो
हाँ
जो विलंबित का जो लय का है उसको ही मध्य लय करके जो अपन ने इसको बजाया उसका पूरा डायमेंशन एज आई वाज सेइंग जैसे मूवमेंट ऑफ एलिमेंट द सेम थिंग आई वाज एक्सप्लेनिंग टू वन ऑफ द स्टूडेंट कि देखिए इसमें कोई मतलब वो जल्दबाजी नहीं है इसमें दिस द लाइक मूवमेंट ऑफ एलिमेंट गजगति छंद एज इट इज कॉल्ड
हम्म।
गजगति छंद जी
तो उसको हर चीज को वो, एंड देन आपने पहले सब्जेक्ट रेस किया था अबाउट पहनना क्या, स्टेज प्रेजेंस क्या, लोगों से बात कैसे करना, तो ये सारी चीजें जो उनकी पर्सनालिटी में थी, जैसे स्पेशली अभी हम लोग रिकॉर्डिंग सुन रहे थे अब्बार किशन महाराज जी, two of the most dynamic people of the Indian classical music. People who, the people who have seen them in their prime know what I'm talking about. There was when they walked onto the stage, 10,000 लोग, 20,000 लोग राइट्स हो रहे हो ना, वो सब उनके खामोश होके एकदम देवर इन टोटली hypnotized by their personality. और उस पर्सनालिटी को लेके म्यूजिक कैसा होना चाहिए, अम, ये बहुत बात होती है स्क्रिप्टेड और अनस्क्रिप्टेड म्यूजिक की।
जी जी
अब्बा हम लोगों को कभी प्रोग्राम रियाज नहीं करने देते थे, कहते थे प्रोग्राम पूरा प्रोग्राम बजाओ घर पे, आलाप जोड़ गत वो सब प्रोग्राम बजाओ, लेकिन उसका रियाज मत बनाओ।
स्क्रिप्ट मत कर मतलब वही फ्रेज बाय
जी
फ्रेज जैसे एग्जीक्यूशन एक तरीका हो जाता है तो
हाँ, उसको उसको उसका वो उसका स्क्रिप्ट मत करो। इतने आइडिया होने चाहिए, इतने गियर्स होने चाहिए आपके पास कि पहले गियर में मजा नहीं आ रहा है तो दूसरे गियर में मजा नहीं आ रहा है एंड दिस इज एन एनालॉजी दैट आई थिंक रियली रियली फिट्स इनटू। आई वाज वाचिंग रॉजर फेडरर and Djokovic's interview, and in one of the things that they were saying is that as they grow older, their body, their fitness there doesn't allow them to play as beautifully as they played earlier or as dramatically as they played earlier. But they figure out a way to still win the match,
Wow.
right? And that exactly what is needed in our music also, and that's what he was teaching us by not scripting. Because the moment you script it, you fall into that trap. Now, this is your script. Now, the day that works out, it's amazing. But the day it doesn't work out, you don't have any other gear.
Mm.
And working in terms of his ideology that he taught us, in working, what is working and what is not working. It's not working necessarily about the mind. It's not necessarily, it's about the heart and the mind together. So when you script a piece of music in his ideology, and that's what he has taught us, it became a very mental thing. It became a mental exercise. Because it didn't matter how your heart felt. It didn't matter how you felt at that point. Were you happy? Were you sad? Were you energetic? Were you tired? Were you hungry? Were you ate too much? Whatever happened, you didn't, that expression was sort of overwhelmed by your mind. But and then there are other musicians who are completely by their heart. वो अभी दिल चाह रहा है, यहाँ पे बैठे हैं लोग भी ऐसे होते हैं ना कि अभी दिल चाह रहा है आपसे बात करें, दूसरे सेकंड में बोले कि यार राम भाई मैं चला और बम्बई भाग गए, या just they're all over the place.
Right.
And then there are musicians that sort of combine the intellect and the emotion.
Right.
And in that very moment, so he always was trying to explain to us the value of that and trying to instill that in us. And that would show up in his everyday talim and his conversations, and he आके उन्होंने एक कह रहे हैं कि धैवत से गंधार के बीच में मुझे पुरिया की तालीम दे रहे हैं, निखात गंधार के बीच में, कहने लगे बेटा तेरे को जो करना है, तान बजानी है, आलाप बजाना है, एक नोट पे बजाना है, कुछ भी करना है, इसके बीच में रहो बस।
बाउंड्री फिक्स कर दिया है जी।
एक बाउंड्री फिक्स कर दिया, 3 मिनट के बाद यू आर डन। क्या चीजें करोगे आप 3 मिनट के बाद, यू आर डन। लेकिन वहां पे बॉस बैठा हुआ है डंडा लेके, तो आपको यू कीप बोर हो जाते हो आप। आई एम बीइंग ऑनेस्ट, आई एम टेलिंग यू माय ओन स्टोरी, राइट? तो अब मैं बजाए जा रहा हूँ, अब मैं चिढ़ गया हूँ। मैं एट द एंड ऑफ द डे वी हैड अ कॉम्प्लिकेटेड रिलेशनशिप, बिकॉज वो मेरे वालिद भी थे, मेरे गुरु भी थे, राइट? तो मैं वालिद के साथ चिढ़ सकता था, मैं वालिद के साथ दैट मोमेंट में चिढ़ गया। मैंने कहा कि ठीक है, आप मुझे बोर कर रहे हो, मैं आपको बोर करूंगा, एक ही चीज बजाए चले जाऊंगा, ठीक है? पेशेंटली वो अपना सॉलिटेयर खेल रहे होते थे और बजाने दे रहे हैं, शिकंज नहीं आती थी। मैं इवेंचुअली मैं खुद ही बोर होके, या मेरे को खुद ही एक और आइडिया आता था, तो मैं उसको एक डायरेक्शन में लेके जाता, तो एकदम सडनली उनकी आंख ऊपर होती थी, कहने लगे देखा, there is still so much more within what you're doing, you're just not applying yourself. And if students को बोला कि भाई एक कॉन्सेप्ट या एक पलटा दे दिया या कुछ कर दिया, वो बजा रहे हैं, beyond a certain point he would tell you. So these are, don't believe the legends that you hear about these great maestros of things that are humanly not possible, things that are not necessarily good for you. जो बोलते हैं लोग 10-10 साल बस हमको सिर्फ सा गवाया। जितने भी मैंने एक्सेस देखा है ऑफ ग्रेट म्यूजिशियंस एंड एवरीथिंग, जब वो लोग मस्ती में, मजाक में बहुत कुछ बोलते हैं, all these great artists had an amazing sense of humor, and they were so subtle about their sense of humor कि वो लोग and sarcastic होते थे। तो वो लोग सामने बैठे हुए ये सब बोल रहे हैं, everyone knows they're बकवास कर रहे हैं, लेकिन करते थे वो, उनका ये मिजाज था, एक माहौल था वो, right? But people bought into it. And so Abba would really, like, when people would buy into it, he would tell us that, नहीं बेटा, this is not how it is. ये ठीक है, बैठ गया, अब इसको आगे लेके जाओ, इसको आगे लेके जाओ, constantly learning and pushing.
But Bhaiya, I mean, that happens after a particular level, right? Initially, when someone starts, one needs to repeat one single thing for a number of repetition till their hand and mind becomes goes in sync. Till the time they get at least certain level of decent level of execution. After that only, your expansion of mind and all those things will start working. Because what I have seen, कि हम जो बात कर रहे हैं एक लेवल के बात कर रहे हैं, लेकिन जो बिगिनर या बेसिक बिगिनर और लिटिल स्टैंडर्ड बिगिनर लोग वो सोच के अभी सोचने लग जाते हैं, तो उनका सोचने
जी
का टाइम नहीं है, उनको पहले बजाना पड़ेगा. सो आप तो एक पर्टिकुलर लेवल के बारे में बात करें, लेवल ऑफ मैच्योरिटी होने के
yes
बाद
and
that is-
yes and no. so जो क्रिएटिविटी की बीज जो है वो पहले दिन से प्लांट होनी चाहिए. फोकस टेक्निक पे होना चाहिए. सो बेसिकली जो आप बोल रहे हो कि अगर टेक्निक नहीं आएगी और बेसिक्स नहीं आएंगे तो आप आगे बढ़ोगे कैसे?
जैसे जैसा होता है बिगिनिंग में, जैसा होता है कि आप सारे गामा पता सा विद इक्वल गैप्स और इक्वल साउंड प्रोडक्शन बजा नहीं पाते. कभी ब्लंट नोट आ गया, कभी मफल्ड नोट आ गया, बीच में इक्वल गैप्स नहीं आ रहा है, रुक रुक के आ रहा है, कंटिन्यूटी नहीं आ रहा है. पहले वो सारा बेसिक चीज पहले ठीक करने के बाद वंस समवन इज बीइंग एबल टू एग्जीक्यूट एटलीस्ट इन सम डिसेंट वे, उसके बाद वो आएगा. जैसे कोई फ्लो में बजा सकता है, देन देयर माइंड शुड स्टार्ट वर्किंग, राइट? अदरवाइज देयर माइंड इज टोटली बगल्ड बाय हाउ टू एग्जीक्यूट.
True, but I think that sometimes, see, we are putting a lot of emphasis on because of few people that came about in music at a very young age. ठीक है, वो 10 साल की उम्र में, जैसे अब्बा का 10 साल की उम्र में जिस लेवल का वो म्यूजिक बजा रहे थे, 30 साल के 25 साल के लोग नहीं बजा पा रहे थे, राइट? सो दोज आर एनॉमलीज, राइट?
Those are
But
exceptions, yeah.
जी, so those pretty much जो जितना मुझे समझ में आया कि the एक सफाई, टेक्निक, डिसिप्लिन and creativity, they're 4 pillars, right? There are different times that you focus on different things, as you were saying, but at the same time, if you're not building them all 4, then the balance is not right. So
Can you reiterate these 4 pillars once more for us?
discipline, creativity, technique, और चौथा क्या बोला था?
ठीक है, we'll rewind क्योंकि ये तो recording
So मतलब it doesn't have, like, there are 3-4 things, right, that basically are the foundation of a musician, right? So the importance of everything is given at different times, right? So आप और मैं आज जो जिस तरीके का टेक्निक पे में भी हम जरा कम काम कर रहे हैं, हम सोच पे जरा ज्यादा काम कर रहे हैं या अलग चीजें कर रहे हैं, right, as evolution happens, but हम भी आज भी टेक्निक पे काम कर रहे हैं.
उसका एक्सटेंड कम हो जाता है, राइट? विद एडवांसमेंट, विद टाइम, दैट क्योंकि एक लेवल पे आ गया, बस उसको मेंटेन करना और उसको ताकि वहां से ड्रॉप ना हो जाए. वी वर्क ऑन दैट एंड
और जैसे हमारा, राइट, और जैसे हमारा एक्सप्रेशन जो हमें बात करनी है, वो हमें जैसे एज इट इवॉल्व्स, we need sometimes technique to show what we are trying to say, and we work on those techniques because we worked on a lot of fundamental techniques and we've got our basics down. So right now when we are working on techniques, because we get a new idea, we want to say something in a different way, so then we work on that technique, right? So the balance of all of this keeps on going like that, right? There's something important today and the next thing is important tomorrow, but creativity needs to happen from day one. And creativity doesn't mean long conversations or this thing, or not be able to get the saregama right, but to make the student understand the value of getting the timing right. Right. The moment you make them understand is where the creative, when they understand a concept, then you understand why, and then you understand what to do. So that is giving you the tools, as opposed to making you dependent. So अब हम लोगों के घराने में we are very blessed that, देखिए, first of all, if you listen to the older tier of Shahid Bhai, Buddhata Mukherjee, Nishad Bhai, Shujat Bhai, right? Amazing 4 musicians, but so distinctly different.
Even Irshad ji
Amazing for musician, है ना?
even Irshad ji also very different. Yeah.
क्या बात है, लाइक सो आप उसके बाद नेक्स्ट जनरेशन पे, इरशाद भाई के जनरेशन पे आ जाइए, हमारे जनरेशन पे आ जाइए, सब all of us are playing the same, but we have a very unique approach to it, and that I think comes because creativity was a very initial part of our music.
So true.
और अब्बा के साथ आप अगर माहौल भी हम लोगों का घर का ना राम भाई, एक बहुत पर्सनल माहौल था। अब जितना आपने भी वक्त गुजारा है, देखा है कि जो बाहर से अब्बा के बारे में सुनता था, अरे वो किसी से मिलते नहीं है, बड़े गुस्से वाले हैं, वो हैं, ये हैं। जिन लोग भी अब्बा के पास अगर घर पे आए हैं, उनसे मिले हैं, तो वो आपको हमेशा राम बाबू कैसे हो, आपके बच्चों का नाम, आपकी बीवी का नाम, आपके पेरेंट्स का नाम, उनको सबको मालूम था। वो सबके बारे में पूछते थे, अच्छा वो कैसा है, अच्छा वो क्या है, बिकॉज ही केयर्ड।
Even I was so astonished. One of my guru bhai went to meet him at Sunny Towers. He asked about me how I was. तो उसने बताया मैंने I was in a cloud nine.
हाँ,
उन्होंने मेरे बारे में पूछा आपसे।
बट ये एक बार नहीं, बहुत बार, बिकॉज he cared and he genuinely felt एक connection. ये काशी बाबू का से सीखा है, काशी बाबू, so it's like almost like a grandchild to him, right? So that is how he looked at you, Abhik bhai, our generation of so many of us, right? So there was a very personal interest, and there's a very घर का माहौल भी was very relaxed, so there was a dialogue. We अब दो बार अब्बा से मिलते, you'd be overwhelmed because of what you've heard and his personality. तीसरी बार आप बैठ के उनसे बातें कर रहे होते, चौथी बार आप उनके साथ बैठ के हो सकता है कोई बोर्ड गेम या ताश या ये कर रहे होते, पांचवी बार आप उनसे तालीम ले रहे होते, छठी बार डांट खा रहे होते, सो इट वाज अ वेरी नॉर्मल, देयर वाज, मैं ये कितनी बार बोल चुका हूँ, अब्बा कमरे में आते थे, हम लोग सब उठ के दंडवत प्रणाम करने कूदते नहीं थे, रियाज कर रहे हैं, अब्बा कमरे में आ गए, हम लोग सब रुक के, अरे रे रे अभी भगवान आ गए, अब क्या आशीर्वाद देंगे। This was not our mahol. This was not, at least during my
I
time.
think, as you told, he evolved over the period of time. At some point of time, he might be very hard taskmaster. As Imrat Khan Sahab's narration we have heard in his childhood. जैसे मैंने गुरु जी से सुना कि पंडित अरविंद पारिक जी के साथ, तो गुरु जी के साथ अब्बा मूवी देखने के जाते थे, और एक जो रूम पे बॉम्बे में रहते थे, तो वहाँ पे इमरान खान साहब को बोलते थे कि तुमको ये रियाज करना पड़ेगा, और जब तक हम लोग मूवी देख करके वापस नहीं आते, तब तक यही चीज मैं सुनना चाहता हूँ। तो निकल जाते थे, फिर मूवी देखने के बाद वापस जब आते थे, गुरुजी को बोलते थे कि अरविंद भाई जरा रुको, अभी नहीं एंट्री करेंगे, नीचे से सुनेंगे कितना क्या चल रहा है। जब वो सुनते थे और फिर बोलते थे वाह अच्छा हो रहा है, गुरुजी को बोला, फिर घर में एंट्री लिया। तो एट सम पॉइंट ऑफ हिज लाइफ ही माइट बी अ वेरी हार्ड टास्क टू।
ही वाज लाइक दिस ड्यूरिंग आवर टाइम आल्सो। ऐसा नहीं है, अगर उन्होंने आके बोल दिया हम लोग को एक पलटा बजाना है और कमरे से निकल गए वो, और 1 घंटे के बाद आ सकते हैं, 15 मिनट के बाद आ सकते हैं, 2.5 घंटे के बाद आ सकते हैं, वी वर प्लेइंग इट, और 5-6 लोग बैठ के हम लोग रियाज कर रहे हैं, एक का भी हाथ रुक गया या एक ने भी जरा सा ब्रेक मारा, उनको पता लग जाता था, वो सुनते रहते थे, एंड देन यू वुड कम देयर, एंड बट अगेन इट wasn't for the sake of time, it was for the sake of getting the discipline, the technique right. So if he's teaching you how that would evolve, right? So this is where I talk about legends versus reality. So say Abba is teaching us a Mirkhand subject, okay? Again, I'm going to talk about very real scenarios. 4-5 of us, he's teaching us Mirkhand subject. We're sitting in a room, we're practicing, and also we're not students of the same level. We're students of mid to senior level, right? But we're all sitting and practicing together. So he would come there and he would give us a Mirkhand palta. to sort of work on and everything. And then you would come a little bit later and you would evolve that palta with how do you add lehak to the same thing, right? इसके साथ हल्की सी लहक गमक पे नहीं आ रहे हैं. We're doing the transition from मेरखंड to गमक. What is that transition? Okay. So जब पलटा बिठाया तो 45-50 मिनट 1 घंटे के लिए वो चले गए and we were playing exactly that. जब उनको लगा कि ये पलटा और टाइमिंग और क्लैरिटी और टोनल क्वालिटी और ये सारे जब आ गई बैलेंस में तो आके now it wasn't a matter of कि ओ अब करे जाओ, अब 10 घंटे बराबर करे जाओ वही चीज. No, then it was a matter of slightly adding one more layer to it. Then it was a matter of adding another layer to it. Then it was a matter of completely dismantling it, right? So then we were not just doing a palta, but we were learning the evolution and how do you apply it to a performance, how do you apply it to a taan, and how do you take one subject and take it to another, and before you take it to another subject, what are the transitions? Or have conversations with us that अब ये तान बज गई, ठीक है, इसके बाद नेक्स्ट तान कौन सी बजाओगे? What is the next subject that you're going to take?
No.
So yes, there was a lot of discipline and Abba would तालीम के मामले में मैंने उनसे कम मतलब झाड़ या मार खाई है, not because of my ability, because वो बहुत पेशेंट थे. लेकिन रियाज के मामले में तो इतनी खाई है, मैं आपको क्या बताऊं. और मैं भी बहुत लेजी इंसान हूं और था तो और भी ज्यादा, तो मतलब रोज मुझे पड़ती थी. सो आई एम नॉट ट्राइंग टू लाइक सडनली से दैट ओ इट वाज जस्ट लाइक अ रोजी एंड हम लोग रोज खेल रहे होते थे, बलून्स मार रहे थे एक दूसरे को. इट वाजंट दैट. इट वाज वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट. इट वाज वेरी स्ट्रिक्ट. लेकिन इट वाजंट अ कल्ट is what I'm trying to say. Because आज मुझे हर घरान मतलब आज जो हम लोग की conversations around music और जब बैठते हैं और बात करते हैं, like 8 out of 10 things people are saying are exaggerations and legends, and it's really wrong for the next generation. क्योंकि जिस generation ने वो नहीं देखा है जमाना, उनका interaction नहीं देखा है, वो बेचारा सोच रहा है यार कि मैं जब तक 5000 सरगम नहीं बजाऊंगा तो मेरी चीज ठीक नहीं होगी. मुझे जरूरत है 5000 सरगम की, आपको जरूरत नहीं है, राइट? मे बी किसी और को जरूरत है और किसी और को नहीं है. सो इट्स वेरी इंडिविजुअल. यू कांट टेक वन एग्जाम्पल एंड पेस्ट इट लाइक दैट.
Right, it is relative, and that what is relevant to which student a guru understands it best. And another
Exactly.
very point which is haunting, and I try to transmit to my kids and next generation, that he has always said that you have to develop a listener instinct in parallel. हम बजाए जाते हैं लेकिन सुनेगा कौन? पहले तो हम खुद सुनते हैं, हमें पहले खुद को आनंद मिलना चाहिए. तो अगर खुद को आनंद मिले तो ही दूसरों को आनंद मिलेगा. तो बोलते कि हम बजाने लगते हैं, फिर हम खुद से निकल के सामने आके जाके बैठे रहते हैं, फिर हम खुद को सुनने और सुनाने में हम मसरूफ हो जाते हैं. That's what in his interviews he has said. तो वो once we start listening to our music, then we evaluate our music better, and what is required and what is not required for practice we can evaluate. So that is also very important aspect that we have been taught कि आप बजाओ at the same time सुनो. भैया, just to take this conversation a little forward, you were talking about the validation. किसी बड़े म्यूजिशियन के साथ नाम जुड़ जाए गुरु शिष्य के हिसाब से, किसी के साथ गंडा बन जाए, तो एक जैसे सोशल वैलिडेशन हो गया. मैं खान साहब इतने बड़े उस्ताद जी का शागिर्द हूँ या इतने बड़े पंडित जी का शागिर्द हूँ एंड ऑल. लेकिन what was his point of view in this matter? क्योंकि देखिए, किसी को बोलने का, गुरु का नाम बोलने का जरूरत नहीं होता. उनका सितार या म्यूजिक ही बोलेगा अगर गुरु का नाम लेता है. तो one artist does not need to have the validation by announcing कि मैं फलाना बड़े उस्ताद बड़े पंडित जी का शागिर्द हूँ. तो उनका गाना बजाना, if that justifies, then that is not needed. So what was his stand or what is his thought process in that? क्योंकि इतने बड़े बड़े म्यूजिशियन हुए हैं आज के जो लेजेंडरी सितार प्लेयर आज जो है, more than one, जो अब्बा से बैठ के सामने बैठ के सीखे नहीं, लेकिन अब्बा का म्यूजिक वन ऑफ द बेस्ट रिप्रेजेंटेटिव टुडे. If I can take name of Pandit Buddhaditya Mukherjee.
So I mean, also Shahid Bhai also hasn't really like, or again, yeah, Ram Bhai, actually you answered the question before I can answer it, because जो जिस तरीके से आपने ये question मुझसे पूछा, उसमें आपकी सोच already सामने आ गई, और वो सोच हम लोगों की सोच है. तो I don't really need to like answer your question because you really like जो आपने बात पूछी, but आपने अब्बा से कभी नहीं सीखा. और ये जो कॉन्सेप्ट है, लोग जो अटैच कर रहे हैं वैल्यू के, मैं उस्ताद बयास खान साहब का शागिर्द हूँ, या खानदान में लोग बोलते हैं कि मैंने सबसे ज्यादा टाइम उनके साथ गुजारा, तो मुझे सबसे ज्यादा तालीम है. होगी तालीम आपको, लेकिन what is you are you, your music represents you. So whether you have this, the guru is an ocean. Guru never doesn't have a formula. There is no formula that you go to this guru, he'll give you this puriya, you eat it, you apply it, and next thing you wake up, you're an incredible astronaut or a musician or whatever you're trying to be. It doesn't work out like that. It is your capacity, how much music you have taken from your guru. It is my capacity. Me being his son doesn't give me a greater capacity or make me automatically a better musician. You not ever learning from him directly doesn't give you any kind of a disadvantage either. The only advantage which you've also experienced is because you've also grown up in a Guru Shishya Parampara Gurukul situation. The only thing that we as people who have grown up in that mahol experience is the subliminal messaging. It's the environment. That environment is just nothing can replace and change that, right? So right, and as times are changing and the world is progressing, that environment is less and less available to people. And so the music is going to change, because when that environment is not there in your fundamental years of growing up and everything, the music will change. And that's like normal. Everything changes. Sometimes it changes for the good, sometimes it doesn't. But to think about this, from the time of Haridas Wami and Tansen to the time of now, there are hundreds of years that have gone by. How many musicians names do we remember? Not even 100. Right?
Right.
Out of which, how many musicians do we completely surrender to? Maybe 20. Right? So there have been thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of musicians that have come up. And at Tansen and Haridas Wami time, everyone thought this is the epitome of music. It's not going to evolve any further. And yet somebody came along and pushed the boundary further. And yet somebody came along and pushed the boundary forward. So, and the integrity of the music still remains. So personally, I feel that whatever ups and downs it goes through, the beauty of Indian classical music is that it's like a sponge. It absorbed everything from different cultures and different parts of the world and everything, and it made it its own. And that foundation will always let it be its own.
जी, जैसे आपने उस्ताद शाहिद परवेज जी का भी बारे में बात किया, तो किसी ने उनको पूछा कि आप खान साहब के नाम इतना क्यों नहीं लेते हैं, तो उन्होंने बोला कि अगर मैं प्रूफ कर दूं आपको कि मैं सबसे ज्यादा उनका नाम लेता हूं और आप बिल्कुल नहीं लेते हो, तो बोले कि कैसे? बोले आप सितार लेकर के बैठिए और मैं सितार लेकर के बैठता हूं। देखिए किसका सितार सबसे ज्यादा, किसका सितार विलायत खान साहब का नाम ज्यादा लेते हैं, मैं प्रूफ कर दूंगा अभी आपको। तो
ये क्वेश्चन भी करना ना मेरे हिसाब से कि who are you to question Ustad Shahid Parvez anything? यार पहले या और एनीवन एक्चुअली फॉर दैट मैटर, लिव एंड लेट लिव यार। बड़े बुजुर्ग डिडंट केयर, आई डोंट थिंक। अब्बा कि आज हम लोग ये कर रहे हैं, अब्बा की याद में ये कर रहे हैं, कल कुछ और करेंगे, किसी ने बहुत किया, इट डजंट मेक एनी डिफरेंस टू अब्बा।
ये हम हमारे लिए कर रहे हैं, जैसे
ये हम हमारे लिए कर रहे हैं, हम उनको याद कर रहे हैं, हम एक दूसरे से बात कर रहे हैं, कनेक्शन बना रहे हैं। बुजुर्गों को कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, उन्होंने अपना काम कर दिया, चले गए हैं वो,
और
दे
हम लोग जो
मूव्ड ऑन।
जी, और हम लोग जो ये मिलके एक म्यूजिक भी सुन रहे हैं, एंड वो जॉय जो सब एक साथ मिलके बांटने से वो इंक्रीज हो जाता है, तो वो हम बड़ा एंजॉय करते हैं कि हम
जी
एक कोई रिकॉर्डिंग करके सब, हम, मैं, आप, यहाँ पे और भी 40 लोग मिनिमम है यहाँ पे जो लाइव हमें देख रहे हैं, और बाद में भी बहुत सारे लोग देखते हैं हमारा ये एपिसोड।
हाँ, कितने सारे लोग have come every year, right? So they're also a part of our community, and they've always been. So we're all family, and we're all family together. We're all in love with music. All in love with our gharana. We're all in love with the teachings of that Abba has sort of blessed us with. So it's such a blessing for us to sort of be in. थोड़ा जिक्र हो जाता है, थोड़ा मजा हो जाता है, and
जी, so we will listen to Abba's Mr. Mand with Zakir ji. Bhaiya, anything else you would like to share today in this aspect, particularly which is getting more relevant with time, this Guru Shishya Parampara in modern age, and different having different dimensions and conversations on it, and how we have seen uh, people absorbing the values, even staying thousands of miles away from the great Ustad, and also staying with him. So there are different angles and aspects that we have seen, जो आपने बहुत अच्छे तरीके से एक्सप्लेन किया, जैसे उन्होंने देखा, जैसे आपने आपके टाइम पे देखा, on this aspect, or any other thing. If you want to share something, then we will probably conclude the session today with his beautiful Mishra Mand with Zakir ji. Few days ago,
क्या
I think
बात।
Zakir's birthday was there, so we
जी,
will remember two legends.
I think that's absolutely a perfect way to. I'm sure they're playing some incredible music in the heavens right now. May Allah bless both their souls. We owe so much to both these people as musicians, as human beings. At times, in today's times where the world is in such chaos, they bring so much peace and blessings to us. So, really, perfect way to end. Subhanallah.
Ah. With this sweet note of music, we are concluding today's session here. Our thanks and gratitude to everyone who have been here with us throughout our life and who will be watching this live. Bhaiya, again, grateful to you
Rambhai,
for.
thank you so much. No, it's really, and to all our audience and listeners, please forgive us for the mistakes that we make. We do this from the love that we have for music, for Abba, and if we overstep in some way or something, then please forgive us. But please bless us also, because that is as important as forgiveness. So we can continue this, and as Rambhai was saying, that it's been so many years we've done this together. We hope to inspire more and the next generation of people to continue this work, and move it forward. Uh, so we will keep on doing this as long as we possibly can, but we definitely hope to inspire more of you, and especially the younger people, to sort of come and have conversations and give us ideas and ask us what you would like to know, and hopefully we can share some more of our experiences with that.
Thank you, Pranam.
Thank you.